Tacko, since today, I haven't seen you in person, except over Zoom when you were in the bubble and popping into your teammates' Zoom interviews. What was that experience like for you in Orlando?
It was a very unique experience. Being in Orlando, especially with the guys that we have a really tight group, so I really got to bond with them. Especially a few other guys that you probably saw me on videos with. We used to go to the pool a lot, we used to do different activities. But like I said, it was very unique, especially the fact that we couldn't leave and we couldn't have family in until the playoffs started. So I would say, for me personally, the first 2 weeks were a bit of an adjustment. And after I got past that, I was fine.
You mentioned that adjustment when you got inside the bubble. What about when you got out?
It was an adjustment as well. We kind of got used to that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then after you get it now, you have so much to do. You can go wherever you want, even though you still have to be careful with the COVID stuff. And I talked to a few of the guys. I'm like, what do we do? What do we do now? And it's weird. You kind of had to get adjusted again.
Did you find yourself thinking in certain moments, oh wait, I'm not supposed to be doing this, or when you did finally come back out?
Yeah, you had to wear a mask there every time you got out, right? And every time you got out your room, if you're outside, unless you're doing activities like going to the pool, riding the bike, there we had to wake up every morning, check your temperature, log it in, check your oxygen level and log it in. You get tested every day. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I do not miss there.
It's kind of painful, isn't it?
Well, they changed it. It was a nose swab, mm-hmm. and then they just swabbed in there a little bit. It was less, it was better than, when they go inside.
Yeah.
Really did, but yeah.
I know this is obviously a very unique experience, a very different year than you probably were expecting mm-hmm. when you went into this season, but how would you summarize just your rookie year, the experience that you were able to take?
Personally, I feel like I had a great rookie year. Even the fact that it was, we added a few more months to it, worked in my favor as far as my development went. This year, I was a two-way player. Mm-hmm. Spent a lot of time in the G League, especially in the first, before All-Star, and then in the second half I was more in Boston, going back and forth. Just that experience it's like, first you get to appreciate a lot of things, appreciate the process. I've gotten a lot better. Luckily I stayed in shape the whole time, and just being around the guys whenever I came in Boston, being around the coaches. I had great coaching in Maine. I had even greater coaching in Boston, especially with Coach Jay Larinaga. So it was great. I got a lot better, which was my goal. I've got a lot of experience, especially in the playoffs. You hear a lot about the playoff intensity. Like, it's a different, you have to lock in more. You have to do things different. You play teams so many times that they take away different things, and you have to adjust, and just how hard people play. And I got to see that firsthand. And in my mind now, I know what I need to do. Like, people can tell you every time, oh, that's what you need to do, and that's what you need to do. But once you see it, once you visualize it, you're like, okay, so this is what I need to do. And that really helped me as far as my development.
What was that adjustment like for you, going from Maine and then to Boston, and just kind of having to bounce back and forth at times and adjust to Maine and then go to Boston?
I love the drive. I had my big truck, and going from Boston to Maine to Boston, it's like put on music and then just hit the road.
What music? What music do you play?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I would listen to African songs, some other days R&B. I love old school R&B, like the 90s, early 2000s, that kind of music, very relaxed, very chill. So I used to do that a lot. But like I said, it was really a really good experience. It really got me to appreciate a lot, and luckily, thank God, I was given the opportunity to grow, and I feel like I really took advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, one thing that's unique about this Celtics team, and as you felt it and saw it, is the camaraderie of everyone and the friendships of what you guys were able to build. But in particular, you and Enes were always close, really right off the bat. What was it about that relationship that really stood out to you and to where you felt like you could really get to know Enes on a personal level?
Well, when he first got to Boston, that's when we really started building because we're both Muslim. So it was like, oh, you Muslim, I'm Muslim. Like, we started hanging out. We went to the mosque a few times, him and his friend, Hadith. So we went out to eat, and then we just really got to know each other. I'd heard about Enes. I didn't really know what kind of person he was, but now that I know Enes is a great human being, and he does a lot of great things. He speaks his mind. Sometimes can be a little too much. I'm like, Enes, don't put me in that. Just do what you have to do. But he really put me under his wing, and I learned so much from Enes on and off the court, especially on the court playing against him with his experience. 9 years in the NBA, going into his 10th year. It was. I'm really glad. We became really, really close friends, and like I said, he took me under his wing, and I really appreciate it. Yeah.
And finally, Tacko, we saw just how much TV Garden and the fans really embraced you when you were able to check into games. What was that experience like, hearing everybody chanting your name and going in and just knowing that people were supporting you so much?
Yeah, I mean, at first I was like, I'm a very laid-back person, and it's I wouldn't say it took me by surprise because I could see it building up to that from when I started in the summer, but it's just like I didn't know. I still am very thankful because it's not a lot of people that God gave that gift to, and I see it as a gift to have that that kind of impact on people and the way people react to me. And I don't think it's anything that I've done. Like I just wake up in the morning, I do what I need to do, I go around. If people want to take pictures, that's fine with me. If people want to talk, that's fine with me. But it's like, I always ask myself, like, what have I done to deserve that? But like I said, it's some things that just God gave you, and I learned to embrace it. And Boston has been great to me. The NBA, all the fans around the world, they all have been great to me, but especially here in Boston. I've had different homes since I left, Senegal, went to Texas, went to Florida, and now I'm here in Boston. And every time I went to a different home, they embraced me even more. And here in Boston, I really feel the love. Even though I'm not playing much, I haven't helped the team much this year, but I feel like they have shown me a lot of love. They have welcomed me. It's like I'm a child of Boston now, kind of.